All right, ready to dive into something really fascinating.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Today, we're unlocking the secrets of studies in alchemy by Saint Germain.
A blend of science, spirituality, self-transformation,
Yeah.
the good stuff.
It's like a guide to becoming your own alchemist, even if you don't own a cauldron.
Right, forget the bubbling potions and turning lead into gold.
So what kind of alchemy are we talking about here?
This is about you, tapping into your own consciousness to transform your circumstances, even transform yourself. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but where do we even begin with a concept this big?
Well, Saint Germain breaks it down in some pretty incredible ways.
We're about to jump into excerpts from different chapters, each one a different angle on this whole personal alchemy thing.
And he starts with the story that always gets people talking as Curior. Christ walking on water.
Okay, that got my attention. But how does he connect that to alchemy?
He doesn't frame it as a miracle, see? He says it's a demonstration of natural laws, laws that we can learn to use ourselves.
Hold on, are you saying we could all be walking on water if we just knew the secret?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the point is, Saint Germain believed Christ's body could absorb a specific cosmic energy.
Cosmic energy, like from outer space?
In a way, it's more about a universal energy that's all around us.
Yes.
Saint Germain believed Christ could tap into it, making his body lighter, allowing him to defy gravity.
Okay, I kind of get it. But how does that explain, walking on water?
Think of it like this. Have you ever wanted something so badly you could practically will it into being?
Oh, absolutely. Like when you're manifesting something and it actually happens.
That's a glimpse of this alchemical power. And it's not just about willpower. It's about the energy you're projecting, the beliefs you're holding.
Okay, that's starting to click.
Yeah.
So we all have this potential, this ability to tap into something bigger than ourselves.
Precisely. And that leads us to one of the central themes in Saint Germain's work. You are the alchemist.
So it's not some external force, some magical being granting us wishes.
You are in control of this alchemical process. It's about mastering your thoughts, your feelings, even your subconscious mind to create change in your life.
That's both incredibly empowering and kind of intimidating.
Absolutely. It's a lot of responsibility, but it's also incredibly liberating to realize we're not just passive passengers.
Right, we're the ones at the wheel.
Exactly. But there's a catch, of course.
There's always a catch. So, if we're capable of all this, why aren't we all out there living our best lives, effortlessly manifesting everything we desire?
That's where molding factors come in.
Molding factors, that sounds ominous.
Yeah.
What are those?
Think about it. Our upbringing, our environment, societal pressures, they all shape us.
Yeah.
Create a kind of mold for our reality.
So it's like those beliefs we pick up along the way about success, about happiness, even about our own limitations.
Exactly. Those are your molding factors. They become the lens through which we view the world and ourselves. And sometimes those lenses can be pretty distorted.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like we're born with this incredible potential, this ability to create, but then life throws all these limitations at us and we start to believe them.
It's not about blame, though. It's about awareness.
Yeah.
Once we recognize those molding factors, we can choose to reshape them.
So it's not about blaming our past or our circumstances.
Right. Alchemy is about taking responsibility for the mold we're creating in the present moment.
Okay, I love that, taking responsibility for the mold we're creating. It's like you don't like the shape of your life, well then start molding it into something new.
And you know what's even better? Saint Germain doesn't just give us this empowering concept. He actually provides techniques, practical methods for precipitating desires into reality.
Precipitating, that sounds like some serious alchemical jargon, but I like it. What kind of techniques are we talking about?
He talks about visualization, not just vaguely wishing for something, but creating a clear mental blueprint.
So it's not enough to just daydream about that dream job or that perfect relationship?
Right. You have to build it in your mind, experience it with all your senses. It's about becoming a conscious creator.
That makes sense, but visualization is just one piece of the puzzle, right? What else does he suggest?
He also emphasizes understanding the atomic structure of what you desire. It's about going deep beyond the superficial to grasp the essence of what you want to create.
Wow. Okay. Atomic structure. That sounds intense.
It's like this: don't just wish for a beautiful house. Understand the energy, the materials, the emotions, everything that goes into creating a loving home.
It's like he's saying, don't just wish for it, become it.
Exactly. And that level of creation, that's where commanding consciousness comes in.
Commanding consciousness, this is getting more and more intriguing by the minute. What does that mean?
It's about accessing a higher consciousness beyond our everyday awareness. And he suggests this is the key to true alchemy.
Okay, so it's not just about positive thinking. It's about accessing this deeper level of awareness, right? But how do we do that? How do we tap into this commanding consciousness?
Well, he suggests various techniques, but one of the most fascinating is his exploration of focused attention. He says it's like shining a flashlight in a dark room.
Okay, I can see that.
Wherever you point that beam, you illuminate what was hidden before.
So our attention is like that beam of light revealing what's always been there.
Exactly. Your focused attention directs your energy, your intention, your power to manifest.
So we're not just passively hoping for things, we're actively shining a light on them, bringing them into being.
Precisely. And just like it takes effort to hold that flashlight steady, it takes discipline to maintain that level of focus in our own lives.
Right, because our minds are always racing, jumping from one thought to the next.
And that's where the alchemy comes in.
Oh.
Saint Germain compares this process of personal transformation to refining gold.
Refining gold? I'm intrigued. How so?
Think about it. You take this raw material, in this case, it's our life experiences, challenges, perceived failures,
Okay, I'm with you.
and you use those things to refine yourself, to burn away impurities, to emerge stronger, more aligned with your true essence.
So it's about embracing those challenges, using them as fuel for growth.
Exactly. He even uses this word mortification to describe it.
Mortification. Okay, that sounds a little intense.
Not literally, of course.
Uh-huh.
He means it as this process of burning away the old, the outdated, the things that no longer serve us.
So letting go of those limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, anything that's holding us back from stepping into our full potential.
Exactly. It's about shedding those old layers to reveal the gold beneath.
It's funny when you put it like that, it makes those challenges seem less like obstacles and more like opportunities.
And remember, this process isn't linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, times when you want to give up.
Oh, trust me, I know those moments well.
The key is to keep going. Remember your why. Trust the process. You're not alone on this journey.
That's reassuring. But how do we actually apply this alchemical fire to our lives?
It starts with becoming more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Then it's about making conscious choices, day in and day out.
Choosing love over fear, compassion over judgment, service over self-interest.
Precisely. And here's where it gets really interesting. Saint Germain introduces the concept of commanding consciousness. He suggests that our consciousness isn't limited to our physical bodies.
Okay, now we're getting into some really mind-bending territory.
It's this expansive force that can interact with, even influence, the world around us.
So we're not just separate beings, but part of something much larger, all interconnected.
Exactly. And we have a responsibility for the energy we bring to that interconnected web.
Right, because our thoughts and feelings, they don't just disappear into thin air, do they?
No, they have an impact. Saint Germain talks about how negative emotions, like jealousy or resentment, create a toxic energy.
It's like that saying, hurt people hurt people. Our own unresolved pain ends up impacting everyone around us.
And on the other hand, our love, compassion, and joy also ripple outward, creating a more harmonious reality.
So it's like a feedback loop. The energy we put out into the world, we get back.
Precisely. And that's why Saint Germain emphasizes cultivating positive energy through practices like prayer and meditation.
Not necessarily in a religious context, right? More about connecting with that deeper part of ourselves.
Exactly. It's about tapping into that source of love and wisdom that's within each of us.
But let's face it, it's not always easy to stay positive and centered, especially in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. How do we reconcile that?
Saint Germain reminds us that we possess within us the same creative force that brought the universe into being.
Wow, okay, now that's an incredible thought.
And just like a diamond, formed under immense pressure, it's through our challenges that we discover our own strength and brilliance.
So we need those experiences, those times when we're pushed to our limits, to help us grow and evolve.
Absolutely. We're capable of such incredible resilience if we're willing to embrace the journey.
That's truly empowering. It's like he's saying, don't fear the crucible, step into its transformative power.
Yes. And don't forget, you're not alone on this path of transformation.
Now, you mentioned that Saint Germain doesn't just talk about these lofty concepts. He also gives us some concrete examples of how this alchemical power might manifest in the future, right?
Yes. And this is where it gets really exciting. He envisions a future with mind-activated technology where we can control devices with our thoughts.
Okay, that's some next level stuff.
He even talks about the possibility of photographing the human aura to diagnose illness.
Now, that would be incredible. Imagine the possibilities for healing and understanding ourselves better.
It's like he's pulling back the curtain on a whole new world of potential, a world where what we once considered impossible becomes possible.
It's both exhilarating and a little daunting, right? This idea that we're capable of so much more than we realize.
Absolutely. And with that in mind, Saint Germain also offers a word of caution. He reminds us that this kind of power, the power to manifest, to heal, to transform, it comes with a big responsibility.
It's like he's saying, hey, this is exciting stuff, but let's not get carried away. We can't just go around chasing our own desires without considering the consequences.
He's not advocating for some kind of free-for-all, you know? He's calling for a responsible alchemy, one that's aligned with love, compassion, and service to something bigger than ourselves.
So it's not enough to master the techniques. We have to master ourselves, too.
Right. Our intentions have to be pure. We have to be guided by a desire to uplift and empower, not exploit or control.
It's like that age-old question, right? With great power comes great responsibility. It's part of what makes us human, grappling with these ethical dilemmas.
And that's where his idea of the golden man comes in, this vision of individuals who've embraced their full potential.
Okay, Golden Man, tell me more about that.
They rise above the pettiness, the greed, all the things that hold us back, and dedicate themselves to creating a more harmonious world. They're compassionate, wise, empowered, the best versions of ourselves.
It's a beautiful vision. Imagine a world where we're striving for collective awakening, realizing that we're all in this together. Our actions, no matter how small, can create a ripple effect.
And here's the truly empowering part. This isn't some far-off utopia. It starts with each of us, right here, right now.
So how do we start? Where do we even begin to create that kind of change?
By becoming more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Making conscious choices day in and day out.
Choosing kindness over judgment, forgiveness over resentment, love over fear.
Exactly. We are the change we've been waiting for. We have the power to transform ourselves, and in doing so, transform the world.
It's such a powerful reminder that we're not helpless bystanders in life. We can choose to be active creators, alchemists of our own experience.
And one of the most beautiful things Saint Germain reminds us of is that this state of inner peace, this connection with something larger than ourselves, it's not some far-off destination.
It's available to us right now.
Yes, we can access that state of being, that inner heaven, by recognizing the divine spark within ourselves and everyone around us.
It's about living with purpose, with an open heart, and with love for all of creation. As we wrap up this deep dive into studies in alchemy, I'm left with this overwhelming sense of possibility.
Me too. It's like Saint Germain has given us a glimpse into what we're truly capable of, both individually and as a collective.
He's reminded us that we have everything we need to live a life filled with purpose, meaning, and joy. It all starts with recognizing the alchemist within. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the heart of alchemy. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep unlocking that magic within yourself.